CCR TV, channel of God's love. A warm welcome to all our viewers on this episode of In Conversation With. In this episode, we bring to you a young lady who has followed her passion and inner voice and boldly ventured into a profession where few would ever dare. Holding a degree in Bachelor of Fine Arts, she deviated from a chosen profession of paints and canvases and has literally embraced the clay and pottery, which has opened up new avenues for her to give a wider canvas to display her inherent talents. We have pleasure in introducing to you Miss Simonie Rego, who is now a full-time artist, producing intricate cutwork pottery and terracotta design. Welcome to the CCR TV studios, Miss Simonie. Nice to have you here with us. To begin with, can you tell us something about yourself? Like the village you hail from, your schooling, your college life, and overall your upbringing.
So I'm from Arosi.
Arosi, yes.
So I'm the youngest of all the siblings. So I've got 4 siblings. And I studied in St. Thomas High School, Consolim. And then I did science in Kamal College, 12th science. After that, I thought of going for fine arts.
Okay.
So I did fine arts in Goa College of Art, Altino.
Okay, you did fine arts. When did you finish your degree in Bachelor of Fine Arts?
2019.
2019.
So after that, I did 1 year diploma in interior designing.
Okay.
Then I was supposed to go for internship in Bangalore. Then lockdown happened.
Okay, so that was in 2020,
Yes.
March and thereafter.
Yes.
So, but then, having a degree in Bachelor of Fine Arts, where was your first encounter with Pottery Works, if I may ask you?
So in college days, when we used to have vacations, I used to go to Bicholi with my friend. So she lives in Bicholi, so
Okay.
I used to go to stay. So she
You have a friend in Bicholim?
Yes.
So you used to visit her in
I used to
Bicholim?
visit her in Bicholi.
I see.
She used to take me around to in that industrial estate where there were other potters.
I see.
So one day I entered a huge shed and there was one old man sitting there and
Mhm.
I was curious looking at all the works, and I even made him give me a small demo.
Okay.
And he was happy to do that, and then I wanted to try, and he told me, your clothes are too clean,
Okay.
don't touch the wheel, you come next time,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't learn in one day.
Fine.
So then that was my first encounter, like where I see people working.
Okay.
So that
The first on-site visit
yes.
to a pottery
I
section
had never seen
workshop.
somebody working on a wheel or anything.
So,
like that.
can we say that this was your actual inspiration as far as clay and pottery work was concerned?
That day I had said, I want to do this.
Okay.
I will do this, I don't know when, but I will do this. I still remember these words.
You will do that, you said.
I said it to my friend, and till date she reminds me, you had said it to me that you want to do it.
Okay, so can I say that was perhaps the first inspiration to
Yes.
take up pottery little more seriously
Seriously?
at a
yeah.
professional level kind of a thing? Is it that?
No, at that moment there was nothing.
Nothing like that. Okay.
I just wanted to try like how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got busy with college after that.
Okay.
And then I started mural paintings and all that. After COVID lockdown, so I have this thing of going for workshops. I want to learn new things. And I have done many tie-dye workshops and a lot of like short courses.
Okay. Okay.
Every weekend I want to learn something. Recently also I went for a workshop to learn mosaic. So even though
Okay.
if it's the same thing, repetitive thing, I'm okay with it, but I just want to do something.
And something different every
Something
time.
different every time.
So now, diverting yourself from sketching, painting, canvases, murals, and all that goes, as far as artist is concerned, and getting directly head on into pottery, did you actually know what you were getting into?
I had an idea because when I was learning this course in Verna, so that studio, there were few things and it was closed at that time. So I was the last student. I kind of reopened that studio.
Okay.
So I had seen like some mugs and some artifacts. So I had asked my teacher like what was happening here. So he told me this place used to be like a commercial thing long time back, like a production unit.
Mm-hmm.
So I had an idea that I want to do something with this, but I did not want to do what was there. I wanted to do something different.
Something different.
So I saw some marks and all. I was like, okay, I'll do this. So I wanted to do something different, but I did not know like what exactly I want. So I was trying out my things, but my mentor never let me like divert into anything else until I knew the basics properly.
Okay. So how did you then follow your passion like that? After you knew what you wanted to do.
So I got into this small cutwork after.
You had to travel all the way to Bisholim for that?
No. I learned pottery in Verna.
Verna.
So I met Sir Valentino Gasper.
Okay.
I'd met him like 3 years back for a workshop.
Mm-hmm.
And then after lockdown and also I contacted him. I wanted to, actually my first thought was going to Bicholi because there were no potters around.
Right.
Then traveling will be a difficult thing. So
And distance involved.
Yeah, so I thought like I'll try and find somebody who had, so I contacted many people. So my mother told me that Verna there was a Kumarwada. So I tried to search for people, but nobody was there. So they were like, there are no Kumars in Kumarwada anymore.
Okay.
So then I asked Sir Valentino like, do you have any idea? So he said, okay, I'll teach you. But I had no idea that he knew pottery. I knew him as a stained glass artist.
I see. So now when you wanted to move from this, your actual profession of as an artist, so you had the parental support for this.
My parents.
They were happy about what you were, what ideas you were getting of changing and diverting your main profession as an artist. They were supportive of your idea.
My family is very supportive.
Very supportive.
Whatever I do.
Both your parents were supportive.
My parents.
What about your siblings?
Even them.
Even them.
Yes, because initially it's they ask you some questions.
Mm-hmm.
So according to me, I don't know. It's like you need to show them that you are going to do something.
Okay.
For them to support you.
Yeah.
You need to work hard.
And you did that.
I did that.
And your parents were impressed with what you did.
Yes. So
They saw that little bit of spark in you, that if given the right encouragement and
Yes.
support, you can reach to your goal,
So
whatever
I
you have
have
in mind.
I have that freedom from my family, to try
How
and
nice.
explore.
Very good. Okay. Simonie, as you said this, then how long did you take to actually get this, professional training sort of in this art of clay and pottery?
It took me like 6 months to get used to the wheel. When I first went to the studio, I was not allowed to touch the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Watch and learn for a
Observe.
week. Observe. So eyes on, hands off. This was what my sir said.
Eyes on, hands off. Okay. And
Eyes
how
on.
long was that period? Eyes on and hands off. Long
1
period?
week.
1 week.
1 week.
Okay.
I had to sit there and watch and take notes,
Mm-hmm.
see how the hands move
I see.
in the wheel, everything. Then I had to do my homework. I had to go and watch videos, note from there, like
Okay.
how other people are working and how I have to tell. So my homework, I had to give like an exam the next day. He would
I
make me
see.
sit for an hour and ask me what I observed from the videos. He would give me topics to write on, so I had to
So
do
kind
my
of a review
research.
of what you
Yes.
had seen back home.
And
on
also
the
my
videos.
research. He would give me some terms because I was completely new. I did not know anything about. So first when I went, there was no explanation.
I see.
It was just watching the potter.
Observation.
Yes, observation. And then he would give me terms like centering. So centering is something you do to the clay first
Okay.
to get it in the center so you can pull the pot up.
Fine.
So I saw the person doing it, but I did not know what was it. So the terms he used to give me, and I had to research and go with my homework the next day with a book.
So a lot of efforts on your part were there involved.
Yes.
And you were serious about it.
I was
So
very
all this
serious.
thing happened during the pandemic period, or even after that? What was it?
After pandemic.
After pandemic.
So like when the lockdown was lifted that time.
Okay. Now, how did you actually know that this particular clay and cutwork pottery art had a commercial potential that would sustain you in your profession?
At first, after my mentor expired, I did not know what to do with whatever I was doing. Like I was
I
a little
see.
lost. So that was the time when I started, carving things out, because for 6 months he was there and he used to tell me what to do and I used to follow that. So after he died, I still worked in his studio, and there was nobody to tell me what to do. So it was just me, and I had to guide his worker.
Okay.
So I had to tell him, so I didn't know what to tell him. So what I started doing is, I started doing all these intricate cut works and all.
All on your own?
All on my own, yeah.
Now this cut work you talk about, do you do it with your hands or are there some kind of tools and machineries for that?
It's just a cutter, and
Cutter.
how we cut paper, it's
I
the same
see.
way. Once the clay holds shape,
Yeah.
becomes leather hard, so you start drawing on it and then you cut it delicately. You have to be very careful.
Okay. Very careful with that.
Very fragile.
Now, were you not afraid, Simonie, to jump or leap into an unknown territory, which was not so popular, I think, in Goa? Is it very popular?
It is.
Oh, in
I
few
don't know.
segments.
In few segments.
Few
In
segments.
few
So,
segments.
Did you have any apprehension? Did you have any fears before you took this leap into this territory?
I had fears, but
Yeah.
I wanted to see what's on the other side of the fear. But whatever I did it for myself. Like this
Okay.
is something that I wanted to do for myself.
So I
Develop
should
a new
say
skill.
you are a bold young lady if you wanted to see what's on the other side of right? Huh? And you think you have succeeded in this of yours?
I'm still learning.
Confident?
I'm still learning.
You're still learning.
I'm still learning.
So now you have your own workshop.
Yes.
And where is it?
It's in ROC,
Near to your home where you live?
just next to my home.
In your own property?
In my own property. So when
Which you have set up on your own?
Yes, my mother gave her vegetable patch for me to build a studio, and my
How
father
nice.
built a studio for me.
So your parents back home are very, very encouraging, I should
Yes.
say.
My entire family is very encouraging, and that's the
And
most
they are proud
important.
of what you are doing.
Yes, and that's
Proud
the
of you.
most important thing.
Right.
If
right.
you have support from your family, you
Yes.
can reach anywhere.
And you can do wonders.
Yes.
And that's what you are doing, I suppose. Okay. Where do you source the clay from?
So most of the
Is
clay,
it from Goa or you have to go across the borders to source it?
sometimes across the borders, and most of the clay that is used in normal pots is from Verna fields. Local
From
clay.
Verna fields?
Local clay.
I see.
Local clay.
So you don't have to go and market for the clay out of Goa, right?
I have
You do?
to. Certain clay, see what happens to Verna clay, it requires a lot of labor.
Mhm.
You have to clean the clay, there are stones, you have to cure it.
Yeah, these are the procedures I think
These
that
are
you
the-
need to.
Yeah, these are the procedures.
Okay. Now, do you work alone or you have a support team with you?
I have two people working for me. So, and I'm also training like young people from my village
Okay, to take up,
to take up
clay
pottery.
and
So,
pottery cut
yes,
work.
so like they're helping me and I'm teaching them also
I see. How is the response like?
from the village.
Yeah, from the youngsters, as you said, you are encouraging them.
It depends, not everybody likes it. So
Mhm.
there were people who tried.
Perhaps those
and-
who are only artistically bent of mind, they will come and try this out.
Yeah, but not always.
Not
because-
always.
Not always.
Tell me something. Now, all the cut work that you do with the clay and the pottery, are they handcrafted or are they some special molds also that you make use of?
No, it's all handcrafted.
All handcrafted?
Yes. Most of the cut work first I started doing. Now there's one girl who is helping me in the studio,
Mhm.
so I am teaching her the cut work. That is the most difficult part to handle, and it takes patience.
I see.
A lot
How
of
many
patience.
hours do you work at your studio in that case? How many hours do you spend?
I start at 9
In the
and-
morning?
In the morning,
Mhm.
9 to 1, and if there are clients, then there's no time for lunch also sometimes.
Okay.
And I end at actually my studio timings are 9 to 5, but I work till late sometimes because if there are clients and you can't work, you have to talk. and all
Right.
that. Then there are the other work also.
Yeah.
So then my work I don't like disturbance. I want to work alone. I don't like anybody bothering me.
Okay.
So when I'm working, I need to be alone. So when all the workers go home, that is the time I sit with my work.
I see.
Yes.
And you don't want to be disturbed.
No,
and
I don't want to
concentrate
be.
fully on the
Yes.
thing. Tell me, Simonie, where and how do you market your finished products?
I go for small pop-ups that happen, like small bazaars,
I see.
and plus there are some hotels buying from me. Then I get.
You find prospective clients in Goa and Goan
Yes,
villages
yes, yes. I do.
among the common people, or is it for some, maybe some hotels or restaurants and all?
It's 50-50 actually. There are other people who come for planters. See, in my studio, I have things for everybody, for hotels, for common people.
I see.
So I don't want to keep that thing, only certain class of people can enter my studio. Anybody can
Fine.
enter my studio.
Okay. Tell me something. So far, as a young entrepreneur and clay pottery cutwork designer, what has been your biggest challenge?
Biggest challenge is like sourcing materials, getting people to work with me. That is also like, to train somebody to
Okay.
get some help, because I have at least 3 people were there with me at the start,
Okay.
and then they couldn't cope up with that timeline and
I see.
cut work. They either get bored or find it too difficult, and they don't show up then.
And then you got to start all over again, training
Yes.
new hands.
Yes, and this is something, once you get into cut work, and this is something you can't, you can't postpone. You can't say, okay, I will do it tomorrow. By the time, even half an hour, if it's too sunny, if it's too windy,
It has a time limitation.
It has a time, because it dries up. So once the pot is leather hard,
Okay.
you have to work according to that timeline. Or if you say, okay, I'll do it later, and if you just leave the pot, by the time you come home, it's dried up, and then you break it all over again, and you start the project all over again.
I
So
see.
you have to be disciplined.
And time discipline.
Time discipline.
You need time discipline.
Yes.
Okay.
So even when I start working, I think like, okay, certain time I don't have anything to do. I won't move out from here. So will I be able to complete it before starting it? Only then
Right.
I sit with my work.
Okay. All this has to be analyzed.
Yes.
The time factor.
Yes.
And then only you can start your work on hand. Tell me something. From acrylic paints, from canvases and brushes and murals to clay and the kiln. Finally, you have got to put your products in there, right?
Yes.
And how has the journey been for you?
It has been very good. It has been hard at some point, but I am not going to complain. I am grateful for everything that has happened along
You are
the
very
way.
persevering then.
Yes, I am grateful for everything that happened. Because of that, I learned so much. So
It has been a pleasant journey so far.
Yes, I'll say it has been a pleasant journey for me, because my parents, whatever went wrong, my parents were there for me. My family was there. I could go and tell at home like certain things are not going my way, and my dad tells me like everywhere there are problems.
Okay.
You have to face them. In this field or any field in life, there are problems. So this is what my dad tells me every time. Like you have to face them.
So that's like a moral booster for you,
Yes.
right? Now, considering that jobs are hard to come by, would you encourage our young and talented youth from Goa who are artistically bent of mind to embrace this profession?
Yes, I want more people.
And there is a big potential in this, the prospects for the future.
Yes. So
What would you tell our youth on this chat show as far as pottery and clay cut work is concerned?
it is challenging.
Yes, we said it before.
There will be days when you will feel like giving up. It happened to me also. Like after 2 weeks, like I thought like, okay, I won't be able to do it. At some point I thought this is not happening.
Okay.
So that is the time when you have to take a break, but you can't give up. There's a lot of scope in this, lot of potential. People
Lot
say
of potential.
there's no scope. You make your own scope. Start working. Do something. Like develop your own style. Do something on your own. When I first started with my course, my immediate family itself thought I will do Gurguret, Kunne, and some other just normal things.
Yeah, okay.
Nobody knew what I was doing. It's just my family, and
Right.
and my father was okay with me doing Kunne also. He did not have a problem. He
I
was
see.
like, you do.
So you have a Gurugrath also.
I have everything at
Part
home.
of your products.
A part of my product. So nobody knew what I was doing. Nobody knew about my cutwork.
Okay.
So I did not have the proper guidance. I used to do a lot of things and stock them at one place. I didn't know how to sell first. Then I came across Clarice Vaz. She helped me a lot.
Okay.
So she helped me to put up
I
my
see.
first exhibition, and after that I got recognition.
Where was your first exhibition held?
Quajo Art Gallery, Lawrence Imaging.
Okay. Okay.
So that time I had so much work,
Mhm.
but I did not know what to do with it.
So can we say that you are kind of a self-taught artist and entrepreneur in this field, right from the thing of your creative talents and even marketing it?
Marketing, I had a lot of challenges. Self-taught, I am taught by Valentino Gasper.
Yeah, that is one part
Yeah,
of it.
that
When
is one
other
part of
small
it.
thing, I'm not saying self-taught as far as the art is
Yes,
concerned.
okay.
Self-taught, how to face small issues that crop up, in your day-to-day working and your day-to-day.
Yes, for that I have to do it by myself, and I never hesitate.
Has any time a sense of kind of discouragement set in?
There are,
Highs and lows.
yes,
Yes.
many times.
Over what?
Over some, the kiln, my kiln was not working properly suddenly, so I had to move from that studio to this studio, so it was very difficult for me to arrange. So that studio was properly set, so it was difficult for me to arrange my kiln and
Okay.
manage space, and I thought like this place won't be enough. So I used to think that way, and even while marketing and while getting orders, then yeah, there were highs and lows, but
Mhm.
it's all good.
Now, as far as marketing is concerned, do you use the social media to promote your works?
Yes, social media.
Okay, and then how is it? How is the response coming from that? Have you gone beyond the borders of Goa to market your products?
No, not yet. I've not.
Not
gone-
yet?
Not yet.
Do
But
you have any plans or intentions of doing it?
I do
Mm-hmm.
one step at a time.
Okay. But something is there at the back of your mind that you should go beyond the borders of Goa?
Yes. So I have not started courier service and all that. I have not started anything
Okay.
like that. But there are people who come from across the border to buy stuff from me.
I see.
There are stores in Malvern and all who they come here.
The neighboring.
Yeah, I
districts.
don't want to like take that risk.
Okay. Now, Simonie, having said all this about your clay and pottery works, supposing you get a order coming from some client maybe for a mural or a canvas painting, would you go back to the art studios?
No,
No.
I don't want to. I'm so happy with what I'm
Is
doing.
it?
Yes. I still get
This is
orders.
an amazing answer from you. So you don't want to look back at a canvas and get back with the brush and the paints. You want to fully concentrate on
I
this.
still paint, but
You still
for
paint, but-
myself.
yeah, for yourself.
For myself.
I'm talking about commercially.
No.
No. Okay.
I still get, and I send it to my other friends who are into painting.
Into painting. I see. So you want to concentrate your energy and your talents and your time on this particular profession that you have chosen now. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. Are there any government schemes or subsidies available for young entrepreneurs like you?
There are many subsidies, but your
Okay.
paperwork has to be in place.
Have you anytime attempted to avail them?
I will right now, so my paperwork.
Not yet done.
Not yet done. So my paperwork has to get in place.
Okay.
After that, I will.
Do you have plans to set up any more studios like this, workshops outside your village from beyond your residence now?
Right now, I don't have any such plans. So
Mhm.
maybe in the future.
Are you happy with what you have chosen for yourself?
Yes, I am very happy with what I have chosen for myself.
I think your smile says it all. Okay. Goa is a state where a lot of tourists are, Indian tourists, domestic tourists, foreign tourists. Have you any time tried to explore this prospective clients for you and for your pottery works, especially the foreign tourists who come to Goa? And when I say foreign tourists, I talk about cruise tourism tourists.
Cruise tourism, as in.
I mean the foreigners who come
Mhm.
by the cruise ships, you know, have you introduced this to them?
No, I've not reached that far. So I'm still figuring out a lot of things regarding marketing.
Okay.
I'm taking help from others. So there are people who are helping me with marketing. There's a lot to do.
Okay. What would be your advice to the youngsters who are watching this program and are gifted artists, whether it's got to do with painting or with some creativity in with their hands, you know? What is your message for them today?
My first message would be don't give up. Don't give up on what you're doing. If one thing doesn't work, try something else.
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
In other words, if one thing doesn't work, you said try something else.
So you should.
Don't remain idle. That's
Yes.
what you want. I mean to
Don't
say.
remain
Am I
idle.
right?
Yes. Don't remain idle.
Okay. It was lovely talking to you, Simonie, and we wish you all the best in this your new venture that you have taken up.
Thank you,
So
Daniel.
this was Simonie Rego, you know, a qualified fine artist, but she has moved to a different profession, and she has heard the call of her heart, and she has followed her heart, and she has followed her passion. I think our youth who are watching this will definitely be inspired with all that you have heard about Simonie and her present profession. Keep watching your favorite channel, the CCR TV channel. Thank you.